Musicophilia means love of music. And this is a very, very general word. I think this is but I think this is almost universal among people. And the width of the title has really allowed me to embrace dozens and dozens of different musical experiences and sensations, and some of which I have observed as a neurologist in patients or seeing people react to music, and others I have read about and heard about. So here's a book with almost 30 chapters. Each one enters the subject of music from a different angle, and they may seem unrelated at first, but after a while it's the whole landscape of music, I think, sort of, gets illustrated in a way by these unexpected perspectives from all sorts of different angles. And so it's a book which has allowed me in a way to collect a huge amount of information, and much of which I don't understand. It's not terribly systematic, but I think of the book as a sort of treasury of stories and information which other people, and in particular neuroscientists and others, will be able to use and make sense of. But also, it's a fun book. It's full of stories. The paperback is fat. It's become a good deal fatter than the hardback. In fact, it's 40 pages fatter, and it has like 100 other stories in it. And this is partly because after the hardback was published last year, I was inundated. I'm still inundated with letters. I had hundreds and probably thousands of letters. A lot of them were from people who said that they'd read the hardback, and maybe they'd read a particular chapter on synesthesia or hallucination or whatever, and they said, but my experience is rather different. And I don't think you mentioned it in the book. And I often wrote back and said, you're quite right, I didn't. I should have mentioned it in the book, and can I quote your letter? And so, in fact, it's especially correspondents who have helped.